Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ninth chapter is called as Raja Vidya Raja Guhya Yogo Nama. See, it is Raja Vidya Raja Guhya Yogo Nama Navamodhyayaha. Raja means the ultimate. So, and Vidya is the knowledge. What is the ultimate knowledge that is spoken of in this chapter? So if we say there is ultimate knowledge, we are also referring to penultimate knowledge. What is that before we reach the ultimate? See? So the ultimate knowledge is that which cannot be improved upon, where nothing can be added, where from nothing can be taken away, beyond which there is nothing more to be known. In Mundakopanishad, right in the beginning, a question is asked. Kasminnu bhagavo vijñāti sarvamidam vijñātam bhavati iti. O Lord, O teacher, tell us that one having known which everything becomes known. There is nothing more to be known thereafter. So this is the ultimate knowledge, the Raja Vidya. See? And Raja Guhya, the ultimate secret. See? So these are the two things brought together in this chapter. So if the Raja Vidya, the ultimate knowledge, is pertaining to the absolute, then what is the other knowledge? The other knowledge is pertaining to the relative. See? Like north, east, west, south, they are in relation to each other. If we know east, then we know which is the west. If we know east and the west, we know which is the north and the south. So, this is a knowledge pertaining to relativity where there is more than one. But when we talk about absolute, absolute is space. There is nothing like this space or that space. Therefore, ultimate knowledge is that knowledge which is absolute, which is regarding the absolute reality. And the other knowledge, so far we have studied in 8th chapter, that was pertaining to the relative existence. In the 8th chapter, if you remember, we were told that if you die at the time of death, whatever is your last thought, according to that you will take your next life. See? So, there we are speaking about that we are a soul, one soul per body, like there is one soul per shoe. In the same manner, there is one soul per body. And when the body dies, the soul comes out depending upon whether you are a yogi or a bhogi. If you are a yogi, your soul comes out from the top. If you are a bhogi, the soul comes out from the bottom. And when the soul comes out from the bottom, it goes in the lower forms of life, such as animals, insects, plants, etc. And if the soul comes out of the top, then it goes to the higher world. Bhurvua swaha mahajanaha tapaha satyam. So, punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jathare shayanam. We keep on talking about only that this is good, this is bad, this is sin, this is merit. If you do the sin, you will go to hell. If you do the merit, you will go to heaven. This is all baby talk. See, this is the knowledge pertaining to the relative existence. And the truth is, in the relative world, there is no absolute solution to any problem. See? And in the absolute reality, there is no problem to be solved. If we take the directions, the example which I gave, and if you are a victim of the Feng Shui, then you should have water here and bathroom there and kitchen there, and your temple should be right on the front where you park the car. Why Feng Shui told? So you will get influenced by that. But if you are holding on to the space, the absolute reality, then directions make no difference. In the same manner, till such time we live as an individual, Vyakti, till then the world of relative existence is operating on us. It is something like this. The other day in Delhi it happened. I was being driven by one person and we were in a hurry. I said, Mama, we have to go, we are getting late. She said, don't worry, I'll drive you fast. And in that excitement, she jumped the signal and the police stopped there. So I looked at the police. He said, hey Swamiji, don't worry, I am not going to charge you because you are not driving the car. The one who drives the car, on him the rules of traffic are applied, is it not? If you are simply sitting in the car, the rules of traffic are not applied on you. Till such time, there is I have done this thing, I am a good person, I am a bad person, then the rules of relativity are applied on you. Then you go to hell and heaven. Now here in the 9th chapter, the teacher says, how long will you continue to be in KG1 and KG2? It is required. Suppose I ask this sweet girl, I said, hey, which class you are studying? And she says, Amiji, I am studying in KG1. Will it look good? If she is that age and says, it is so good to see and watch. But one cannot continue to be in KG1 throughout life. We have to grow. See, friends. Therefore, after having come up to 8th chapter, now in the 9th chapter, the teacher takes us to the ultimate knowledge. Rajavidya, Rajaguhyayo. And it is the secret of all secrets. Now why the teacher says it is a secret? Because it is something like in the human psychology. I told once my friend, I said, hey Guptaji, that friend of yours, I never expected he will talk about you like this. Anyway, you can't trust anybody these days. Anyway, drop that topic unnecessarily. Do you think he will keep quiet? What did he say? Come on, yaar, forget about it. No, but what did he say? If we tell something is a secret, then we want to know. If we tell straight away, you are Brahman, oh, you don't know what I am. Therefore, to attract the mind of the student, the teacher says, Rajavidya, Rajaguhyayo. So, here the teacher says, right in the beginning, Idam tute guhyatamam pravakshamyana suyave jnanam vijnana sahitam yajñatva mokshase ashubhat. Now I shall tell you guhyatamam jnanam and vijnanam. See, in English language we have got the infinitive, comparative and the superlative degrees, no? Like good, better, best. In the same manner, guhya jnanam, guhya tara jnanam and guhya tama jnanam. See, this is what is called taratamya. So guhya jnanam is how to live in this world. See? You should be good to everybody. If somebody gives you one on your thing, you should show him the second one. Ahimsa. You should not speak lies, respect elders. This is a KG1, Guhya Jnanam. Then Guhyatara. Guhyatara is, if you do good, you will go to heaven, and if you do bad, you will go to hell. So in this Guhyatara Jnanam, our existence is beyond our present body. In the earlier Guhya Jnanam, we are talking about only how to live in this world. In Guhyatara Jnanam, our life is much more beyond the womb and the tomb. We are not limited by these 2 points. Guhyatara Jnanam. And Guhyatama Jnanam is the ultimate, wherein there is nothing born, nothing died. Na nirodho na cha utpatti na baddho na cha sadhakaha na muktaha na mumukshurvai ittesha paramarthata. Ittesha paramarthata. This is the ultimate Guhyatamam Jnanam. Ittesha paramarthata. What is that? Na nirodho na cha utpatti. Nothing is created, nothing is destroyed. Nobody is bound, nobody is liberated. See how beautiful it is. There is nowhere to go and nothing to do. This ultimate knowledge, I shall tell you, having known which, moksha se ashubhat, you shall be liberated from your wrong notions about yourself, about the world, about God, and about the spiritual practice. This is the Ashubha, this is the most inauspicious in our life, and I shall tell you Anasuya way. Anasuya way means to you who is not a fault-finding personality. There are people who have nothing else except to find faults. To such an extent, even in the God they find faults. दुनिया बनाने वाले दुनिया काहे को बनाई? They will find fault even with the God. But you are unlike that. Therefore, to you I shall tell you both Vijnana Sahitam, knowledge and its application, how we can attain this ultimate. And when something highest is told, we have this notion as if it is going to be very difficult. See, here the teacher assures us. It is dharmyam susukham kartum avyayam. It is according to the right ways, and susukham kartum extremely simple. Friends, spiritual practice is not doing anything. It is all undoing what we have been doing in life. Spiritual practice is not becoming someone, but unbecoming whatever we have become till date. See? And therefore it is susukham kartum. It is extremely simple, not difficult to practice. And avyayam, the highest thing is this. One example will make it clear. Almost all of us have learned either riding a bicycle or swimming. You know swimming?
Yeah.
We learn swimming only once in lifetime. We never learn it twice. And once you learn, and after that don't swim for 50 years and jump into the water. You don't forget. Only once we have to learn, is it not? Similarly, riding a bicycle. Only once we learn, after that, you will never have to relearn it. This knowledge is like that. Only once we have to discover our essential nature. Having discovered which, yogarato va bhogarato va sangarato va sangavihinaha yasya brahmani ramate jittam nandati 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 eva. He who is abiding in this absolute, thereafter, whether is involved in the worldly enjoyments or is withdrawn in meditation, whether he is among the crowd of many people or he is all by himself, he is all the time on the top of the world, Nandati, Nandati, Nandati eva. Is ever cheerful, blissful and happy. This is the ultimate knowledge. Now the question is, this is what we'll get. If we do not practice this, then what will happen? Ashraddhadhana purusha dharmasyasya parantapa aprapya mam nivartante mritya samsara vartmani. But those who do not want this ultimate knowledge, they are all the time interested in getting little bit tidbits here and there. Friends, please remember this basic principle. There are two ways which are spoken of in Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads. One is the path of return, where liberation is spoken of in stages. That is called as Krama Mukti. And there the seeker is told, this happens in yoga, in Kundalini Marga, Siddha Marga. They talk about this path. There they talk that when you, suppose Kundalini Marga, when you awaken your Kundalini and go and then come to realize all the different siddhis start manifesting in you. And thereafter, when you discard this body, you go to the Siddha Lokas. And there you live all happily, no problem of any kind, nothing but happiness. Yet, all the Siddha Purushas in the Siddha Lokas, they are not happy because when they look upon the people in the world, they feel miserable. Oh, the people in this world are so miserable. What I am doing over here? I should go in this world and help them. And they again take birth to come and help these miserable people. In this manner, this is one path which is spoken of as liberation in stages. And after their job is done, again they go back to the Siddha Lokas, get recharged. And from there again they look down upon this world. And in this world miseries can never end. So again they become miserable. And when they become miserable, they again come down to this world as the saviors of this world. But they don't come to realize all those who have come to save this world, they were shaved off. The world is as it is. Rama came, Krishna came, Jesus came, everybody came and gone. This world has been always like this. Therefore, here the teacher says, those who do not accept this ultimate knowledge, ashraddhadhana, then aprapya mam nivartante, they never become one with me. They don't ultimately merge in the absolute. And then, nivartante mrityu samsara vartmani, they come back again and again in this relative world and then start enjoying or suffering. After having given this introduction, now this is the ultimate knowledge. Verse number 4 and 5. This is, one of the most important topic in the whole Bhagavad Gita. I was in Bengal, West Bengal, Paschim Bengal, and after my lecture, one student came. She was doing her MPhil or doctorate on Bhagavad Gita. He said, Swamiji, I want some guidance from you. I have discovered some interpolations in Bhagavad Gita. Interpolations means later additions which are not the original text. And therefore I want to correct Bhagavad Gita, and that is my PhD thesis. So I said, hey, very good. When you can correct God, you will be super God. Do that, because you have to earn your bread by getting a degree. And your problem must be with these two verses from 9th chapter, verse number 4 and 5. And then I said these verses. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyaktamurtina masthane sarvabhutani nachaham teshvavastitaha nachamasthane bhutani pashyame yogamaishwaram bhutabhrunnacha bhutastaha mamatma bhutabhavana. So when I told that these two verses you are talking about, is it not? She as if jumped out of her skin. Oh, you also agree with me? I said, no, I don't agree. But this is your problem, is it not? Yes. I said, tell me what you didn't understand. He said, these two verses are self-contradictory. They have no meaning. How? Maya tatamidam sarvam jagad avyakta murtina. Me, the formless, is supporting all the forms. First contradiction. Second, masthani sarva bhutani. Therefore all the forms are in me. Third contradiction. But I am not in them. They are in me, but I am not in them. Fourth contradiction. To be very frank with you, nachamasthane bhutani, neither they are in me, nor I am in them. One after another contradiction. And further the teacher says, Pashyame Yogamaishwaram, see my glory. So you are confusing and telling this is your glory. And this is how these verses are wrong, they are to be removed. Now let us understand, this is a very important topic. See, when the topic goes on smooth, a lullaby type, many seekers you must have seen, at least I have seen hundreds of them because this is the only profession I have. When the lecture is going on, after some time, immediately the people get into the Shambhavi Mudra and after... See? And when this happens and after the lecture is over, Swamiji, your lecture was very good. See, why this happens? Because wherever there is a lullaby, mind quietens, and we have never experienced a quiet mind and a live mind. We know quiet mind is only sleeping mind. But to keep the mind thought free and not going to sleep is very difficult. And therefore what the teachers do, they put in between such contradictory thoughts. It is something like, when you are driving your car very fast, straight road, after some time you become, stupor comes, Then there is suddenly a speed breaker. You get a jhatka. Oh God, I was driving. Here also, these contradictions act as the speed breakers in our attempt to finish Bhagavad Gita. Don't finish Bhagavad Gita. We should get finished. And therefore, the seeming contradictions hide the secret of all the scriptures. Now let us understand this. First statement, Maya avyakta murtina idam jagat tatam. By me, the formless one, this world of forms is permeated. Now in place of this me, by me, Maya, for our understanding through an example, take me as the water principle. So the water says, Maya avyakta murtina, the water doesn't have any form. So this water supports all the forms. When the water is put in a petri dish, that petri dish form is supported by the water. When the water is put in a test tube, the test tube form is supported by the water. When the water is put in a capillary tube, in that capillary tube also the water can be existing perfectly. What is the reason? It doesn't have any form, therefore it can take every form. Number one, the Lord says, Maya tatamidam sarvam jagad avyakta murtina. So what is the Jagat? Jagat is that which is with form, Nama Rupatmakam Jagat. In the Rudrishya Vivek, if you have studied, there this thought comes. Asti Bhati Priya Nama Rupa Iti Panchamshakam Adyatrayam Brahma Rupam Jagat Rupam Tatodvayam. Asti Bhati Priya Satchidananda is the Brahman and Nama Rupa is the world, the Jagat. So what is the world? The world is names and the forms. So Maya, by me, the formless, all the forms are supported. Therefore, the teacher says, Masthani sarva bhutani. Therefore, all the forms are existing in me. Now, next step. Nacha aham teshu avasthitaha. But I am not existing in the form. Now, be very attentive. The water supports the ocean. The water supports the waves. Waves have a birth, a growth, competition, old age, senility, and death. But the water doesn't have birth, growth, senility, old age, and death. But all these modifications of the waves are supported by the waters, but water doesn't suffer any of them in the same manner. Now observe this principle, friends. Be very attentive. Second chapter, Bhagavan told us, Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara praptihi dhiras tatra namuyati. Our body is born as a baby. You know that baby is called in Sanskrit as Shishu. Why is it called as Shishu? Because the baby can do she and shu anywhere. Shishu. Now the body starts growing. It becomes teenage. Do we get the experience that we are growing? We don't get experience. Nobody gets, be attentive, nobody gets the experience of birth, nobody gets the experience of growth, and nobody gets the experience of modifications, and nobody gets the experience of death, and nobody has the experience of one's absence. Be careful, don't touch my camera. See, friends, is it not true? Wave is born, the water is not born. The wave grows, water doesn't grow. The waves fight with each other, the water doesn't fight with each other. And the wave dies, the water doesn't die. Now observe, is it not our experience? We have never experienced our birth, body is born. So the birth of the body is supported by us. Then the body modifies. All the modifications of the body are supported by us, but we don't modify ourselves. And then the body has old age. And what old people say? I am 76 years young. It's a tragedy. See? Because nobody has an experience that one has grown in age. See, Lata Mangeshkar had some great award in France. So, in her lecture she said that you may be honoring me for 81 years of age, but I feel I am 18 years young. You cannot experience that you are old. See, friends, and one day the body dies. Nobody has ever experienced death. This is the ultimate truth. Even if we want, we cannot die. And all the life we are suffering, not because of death, because of the fear of death. Now where is hell? Where is heaven? Where is sin? Where is merit? Where is last life? Where is next life? This is all the process of communication. When we are told in the last chapter that whatever sin, whatever joy and sorrows we have in this life, they are because of the sins and merits done in the last life. So what we understand? We died and we are born, again we are dying. That is not the meaning. You know, our tragedy, rather the tragedy for the scriptures is like the tragedy for the teacher. In a school, the teacher was wanting to teach sums to the children. So she got chocolates. And then she said, "Come on kids, I'll teach you today sums, okay?" And the children were happy because chocolates were kept on the table. Everybody's attention is on the chocolates. She lifted one and she said, "Repeat after me, okay? This is one chocolate." Repeat, all the children, "One chocolate." See the emphasis. For the teacher, the emphasis was one. And chocolate, secondary. For the children, chocolate is important, not one. Then, second chocolate she took. Now I have 2 chocolates. Say. So children, I have 2 chocolates. They are very happy. Attention is not on 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Attention is on the chocolate. Exactly the same way is our condition. One student was asked, "Now if you understood, you tell me. If your friend gives you 2 chocolates and if I give you 2 chocolates, how many chocolates you will have?" The teacher has already shown the answer. So the child says, 5. How come 5? Again I ask you, if I give you 2 chocolates, if your friend gives you 2 chocolates, how many chocolates are there? The child is very cool. 5. How come 5? Because I have already 1 in my pocket. He has not forgotten. He is not studying your mathematics. He is interested only in the chocolates. Exactly the same way. When we are told, in the last life we have done good and bad. In this life we are suffering because of that. And whatever good and bad we do in this life, we will suffer in the next life. What does it mean? It means we are a continuous, unbroken existence. This is the meaning. But all the time talking about, I don't know, Swamiji, what prarabdha I have got, what sin I had, I got married to this lady and she is making my life miserable. What should I do? See friends, this is not the purpose. How simple it is. If our attention is on what the teacher is teaching, not what we are learning. Like the child was learning chocolates, the teacher was teaching mathematics. In the same manner here, the teacher wants to bring our attention to this unbroken conscious principle which is never denied. We can never have experience of our absence. That ever presence has to be discovered as our essential nature. See friends, it is for this purpose the teacher says that masthani sarva bhutani. Is it not I alone supported the child body, I alone supported the teenage body, I alone supported the middle-aged body, I alone supported the young adult body, I alone supported the old body. I am the same. See, body has been a child, body has been a teenage, body has been a middle age, body has been a old age. We have never suffered either the limitations of the childhood or the limitations of the old age. Come to cognize this principle, friends. It is for this. The 9th chapter tells the ultimate in knowledge. There is nothing more to be known. Therefore, masthani sarva bhutani nachaham teshu avastitaha. But when the body has become ill, I have not become ill. When the body is fat, I am not fat. See friends, now the more you reflect on these 2 verses, you will come to know, don't we experience our presence independent of the body? In the deep sleep experience, when we are snoring away, that time, do we experience our absence? No. But we do experience our existence independent of the body. And that time, because we are no more identified with the body, we are neither man nor woman, neither young nor old, neither educated nor uneducated, neither in India nor in Australia. See, our presence is independent of the body. And once we understand this principle, that our presence is independent of the body, our relation with the world will change. Because relations are only imaginations in the mind. They have no stability. They have no reality. So we are all leading only an imaginary life. And this imaginary life is taken to be a real one. And then we start suffering. See, friends, this is the ultimate knowledge. Therefore, Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyakthamurtina masthani sarvabhutani nachaham teshvavastitaha. The autobiography of the waves do not influence the waters. The changes in the body do not influence us. Here we don't have to do anything. It is like this. See, friends, but we are so much accustomed to do, that meditation also we start doing. See, friends, yoga we start doing. You have studied Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter. Bhagavan Sri Krishna defines yoga. Yoga is not twisting the body. Bhagavan says, Tam vidya dukkha sanyoga viyogam yoga sannitam sa nishchena yoktavyaha yogaha anirvinda chetasa. When the miseries come in our life, we refuse to be miserable. Their refusal to be miserable in spite of the miseries is abidance in yoga. See what a difference it is. Therefore, this knowledge alone can free us from all the wrong notions. And bhuta bhrunnacha nachamastani bhutani. From my standpoint, if you look at the world, neither the waves are in me nor the ocean is in me. Be very, very attentive. Once I went to Australia in Cairns area. There they have got, that great ridge inside the waters, ocean. There are many beautiful corals all over. So we went to see that. About 4-5 kilometers we went inside the sea and then changed our clothes and jumped into the water, and we were floating and seeing those beautiful corals, nice flowers and all the different colors. But the waves were troubling so much. So I asked that man, I said, hey, is the ocean, is the water in the ocean very deep here? He said, no, it's not very deep. It may be about 20 feet. So I jumped, and when I was floating, it was really troubling. Then I removed all that gadgets and went deep inside, about 10-15 feet. When I went deep inside, no disturbances. Now be very attentive. What we say, is the water deep in the sea? Means water is in the sea. But what is the truth? The truth is the sea is in the water. The sea cannot exist without water. But the water can exist independent of the sea. We go to the jewelers and ask, is gold in this ornament? But what is the truth? The gold is not in the ornament. The ornament is in the gold. when the ornament is melted, nothing happens to the gold, but ornament disappears. So what is an ornament? It has got two components. One, name and form and utility, and two, the gold. Gold is the reality, not the name and form and the utility. In the same manner, this whole world, it is constantly changing. It is changing from the relative standpoint. From the water standpoint, if you go and talk to the water, dear water, as a ocean you are terrible man, but as waves you are lovely to surf. So water will ask us, excuse me, what you are talking about ocean? I have never seen what is ocean. Water can never understand what ocean is. Water can never understand what a wave is. From the water standpoint, there is nothing other than the water. This is the ultimate knowledge. The teacher says, from my standpoint, from the absolute standpoint, there is neither the world, nor the God, nor the sinner, nor the meritorious, nor death, nor birth. That is why it is said in the path of devotion, look at the world as the God is looking at the world. From God's point of view, nothing is ever created, nothing is ever destroyed. It is something like this, In a house, mom and the child is sleeping together. And at night the child has to go to bathroom. He'll be, Mommy, I have to go to bathroom. You go then, why do you disturb me? No, I am afraid. So the mom becomes very courageous. She gets up, takes the child to the bathroom, and from there he's talking, Mommy, don't go, you talk to me. I am afraid, I don't want to be alone here. And then they come and sleep. For the child, going from one room to another room was a journey in darkness. For the mother, whether it is a bathroom or it is a bedroom, they are in the same house, in the same manner. The wise man lives in this world no more as an individual, as a Vyakti. This is the ultimate knowledge. Therefore, Bhuta Bhrannaha cha Bhutastaha. Although I am supporting everything, although I appear to be existing in everything, where the water exists in the ocean, water exists in the waves, water exists in the clouds, water exists in the ice. We are talking as if water has these places to live. But the truth is, all these things are existing in the water. Therefore, Bhuta Bhrunna cha Bhutastaha, Mamatma Bhuta Bhavanaha. If I is not there, nothing else can exist. See, friends, one of my friends asked me this question. Swamiji, last few months I am having great